Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm talking to you about my top 10 comic picks for August 31st, 2022. But first, please be sure to subscribe, like the video, and comment down below what you're picking up this week. I think it's quite a light week this week, mainly because it's a 5th Wednesday in a month, and whenever there's 5 Wednesdays in months, usually the last Wednesday is more like annuals and like one-shots and things like that they kind of just fill the void. So I don't have too much of an impactful top 10, but I do have some pretty fun and interesting ones that I want to talk about, and hopefully you're going to pick up as well. Starting off with my number 10, Moon Knight Black, White, and Blood number 4. This is the last one of the Moon Knight Black, White, and Blood series, and they've been doing a really great job. I think this one's going to be incredibly interesting. Christopher Cantwell will be writing it, well, one of the stories of the 3, and I'm really interested to see what he has. He's written like Doctor Doom, he writes the current Iron Man, and he's a really interesting writer. I'm really excited to see what he does with Moon Knight. Also, there's going to be a story in this one by Paul Azzetta. Hopefully I said that correct. And he's going to be doing a cat's eye view of the life of Marvel's Nocturnal Avenger. And to me, that sounds really fun, really interesting. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what they have in store for this spooky Moon Knight series. In my number 9 spot, it's going to go to Gambit number 2. Now, this is 2 of 5, and Chris Claremont has been doing a really great job. Lots of people have picked up Gambit at my store. I think he's just one of those X-Men that, like, a lot of people really enjoy, and there's not much of him, so whenever there is something of him, they want to pick him up. So, this one seems really interesting because it's a Gambit that hasn't been an X-Men before, and it's Aurora Storm, who is a younger child version of herself, and it just has this really unique dynamic of them trying to escape the Shadow King, and I think a lot of people have taken interest in that and really want to see where this tends to go, so hopefully you'll be picking that up this Wednesday. My number 8 spot, it's going to go to Thunderbolts number 1. Now, this is a mini-series of 5, and this was supposed to come out a while back. It's been pushed back quite drastically, so I do hope it was worth it, though. Jim Zub will be writing this series, and I am a pretty big fan of Thunderbolts. However, this series looks like it is going to take a bit of a change. Instead of having, like, villains become, like, the heroes, kind of like Suicide Squad. Thunderbolts I've always seen was kind of like the Suicide Squad version of Marvel. They're having just, like, heroes clean up the action that Devil's Reign has happened. So since Devil's Reign has happened, this team is coming in and sweeping up, you know, the villains out of the place. And this team consists of Hawkeye, Spectrum, America Chavez, Power Man, Persuasion, and Guts and Glory. So, interesting group of people. I'm not sure where this is really going to go, but I'm interested to see what really happens with this team. Now, for my number 7 spot, it's going to go to Variants number 3. Gail Simone and Phil Noto are doing a great job at this Jessica Jones miniseries. I think it is so fun and unique, and in the last issue, we brought in She-Hulk and this unique dynamic between Jessica and She-Hulk, and at the very end, we got this revelation of Jewel appearing, which is another version of Jessica Jones. So, I am really excited to see where they take these multiple Jessica Jones and how they're really intertwining and how they really connect. Plus, I mean, the art is just so gorgeous on this series. I can't wait for issue number 3. In my number 6 spot, it's going to go to Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer number 4. I've really been liking this run that Opus has been doing, and yeah, I'm just so excited to find out more mysteries about the Death Dealer. I've always loved Frank Frazetta's art, and now reliving it through this different comic is just like really, really fun to me. You know, it's also really dark, and one of my other big obsessions, like you've known on the show, is Game of Thrones, and this is kind of very old school time, like Conan, medieval type, and I really, really love that, so I'm really digging this Death Dealer run, and I can't wait for issue number 4. In my number 5 spot, it's going to go to Fortnite Marvel Zero War number 4. Now, this is the second to last one, and, you know, you're always going to get that code, but only with the first printing, so be sure to go to your local comic book shops, because if they sell out, you won't be able to get those printings until they come to the graphic novel, which doesn't release it for I think November or December, so it is a while. So if you want those Fortnite codes, make sure to go to your comic book store, pick up the comic, and read the comic as well. You know, I see a lot of people just getting the code and throwing away the book, but like, come on, read the book. It's actually pretty interesting and pretty cool. And the last one, Wolverine kind of got down, so it was a really interesting take, and I'm excited to see where this goes. And my number 4 spot, it's going to go to the Harley Quinn Animated Series, The Real Sidekicks of New Gotham Special number 1. Now, this is a big book. I think it's like $10. But you know what? I really like the Harley Quinn Animated Series, and I've really been enjoying this new season. I'm not exactly caught up all the way, but I have been really, really liking it. I also really liked the Eat, Bang, Kill tour comic, so I'm really interested to see how this really adds on to the previous comic, as well as the current series going on right now. I feel like that's going to be a really cool tie-in, as well as I just want to see more Clayface and King Shark and things like that. So like, I'm just really excited to have the gang back together in comic book form. And my number 3 spot goes to none other than House of Slaughter number 8. And now, there's not many independent comics coming out this week, so this was easily my choice for independence. I really like the Scarlet Masks, and I'm really liking Edwin, this new character that we've really embraced. And, you know, now that he is adrift on Lake Michigan, and all he has is his journal SOS notes, will he be able to survive? I'm sure he will, because I mean, somehow these people always survive in this miraculously dangerous world. So, but I don't know. I mean, Aaron has died as well. So, we will have to see how this goes. We don't exactly know what happens to the Red Mask and Something's Killing the Children. So, I'm dying to find out more of them. And I've just been really enjoying the tie-ins to this House of Slaughter, because it really evolves this world of Something's Killing the Children. And I've really, really enjoyed that. In my number 2 spot, it's going to go to Superman Warworld Apocalypse number 1. Now, this is a special one-shot, but it is a big one if you have been reading Action Comics. Action Comics has been leading up to this. Superman has been fighting Mongrel over and over on his Warworld, and now this is finally coming to the end. It's their final battle. It's Superman the Authority versus Mongrel and his unmade champions, and I am just really, really excited to see how this goes down. Hopefully Superman makes it. I'm sure he will, because we've seen in previews already that he is coming back to Earth, but you never know. So, still hoping for my soups, you know? And I'm really excited for this showdown, and it should be a really fun ride. Now, before I get to my number 1, I'm just going to have some honorable mentions. We have Ant-Man number 2. I really enjoyed the first issue. I thought it was very classic. Iron Fist number 5. Man, it's been a while since Iron Fist has come out, since number 4, so really looking to see how this one ends. Playthings number 3, a very creepy comic. I highly recommend it if you're fans of like Saw. Sandman Universe Nightmare Country number 5. If you've really liked the Corinthian in the Sandman show, I highly recommend picking that up. Star Trek Picard Stargazer. Now, if you're a Picard fan, lots of people are going to pick this up this week, so I highly recommend picking it up. Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi number 4. Again, Obi-Wan Kenobi fans, they love this comic. So, lots of flashbacks of your favorite Obi-Wan, your favorite Jedi, and really looking forward to it. X-Force number 31, a Axe tie-in, as well as X-Men number 14, another Axe tie-in. So if you're up to Axe events, you definitely want to grab those tie-ins. Now, for my number 1 spot, it's going to go to none other than Amazing Fantasy number 1000. It's the comic that brought you Spider-Man. It is Amazing Fantasy, and you know what? I don't have much about this comic, except for the incredible talent that they got on here. They not only got your favorite Spider-Man people like Dan Slott, Kurt Busiek, you know, all of them, but for how they got him, Mr. Neil Gaiman himself is going to be writing in this Amazing Fantasy 1000. Like, wow, wowzers. To me, when I saw Neil Gaiman's name, I was like, how did Marvel afford him? I am really hyped for this. But you also have incredible people like Michael Cho, Rainbow Royale, Jim Chung, Marco Cicchetto, Ryan Stegman, Stephen McNevin, Terry Dodson, Todd Knock. Like, the list goes on. If you see this incredible talent, you're definitely going to want to pick this up. There's tons of covers for everyone, and I'm really hoping that this is a smash hit, because also Neil Gaiman will be writing that Miracle Man very soon, and I am hyped for it. So that's going to be my top 10 comics for this week. There is so many more coming out Wednesday. Be sure to check out your local comic shop. Have a great day.